Good morning, children, and welcome back for the EVS 1 video. Today, we are going to continue with the same chapter which we have started in our last video. That is, chapter number 23 Infectious Diseases and How to Prevent Them. If you remember, in the last video, we have studied that how the diseases, that is, how infectious diseases are spreading and what all possible solutions are there to prevent them by getting spread in a community. So, with the same chapter, today we are going to continue and we are going to see some more points related to the same chapter. So, let's see which all points we are going to see. So, my dear children, in this part of the video, we are going to see that how an epidemic of a disease is there. That means how it is spreading in the community at a faster rate. Then prevention of infectious diseases, how we can prevent them by getting spread in a community. Then vaccination, as we all know what is vaccination, to get immune yourself to fight against any of the disease. And public health services facility, which all facilities have been provided to society by the government, or what all initiatives one should take to protect oneself by getting these diseases. So let's begin with the explanation. Starting with the first point is an epidemic of a disease. Now, what does this word epidemic means? That if in a community you are living, if in a society you are living, and if one person is suffering from any of the disease that can be spread or that is infectious, then it can pass on to the whole society where you are living. So, germs of diseases like the flu. We have heard about viral flu and we have studied in the previous video also that how viral flu is spreading. Or conjunctivitis. That means conjunctivitis, this is mostly seen in the rainy season as well as maybe in the beginning of rainy season. Why? You can see that in this particular disease, the eyes becomes completely red and it is passed on from one person to another person easily. That is why it is suggested to cover your eyes with the glares or any spectacles so that it should not pass on from one person to another person. So this that is flu and conjunctivitis spread through the air quickly. So many people can get such disease at the same time. It is passed on from one person to another person, and that is why if you are suffering with these things, it is asked to you that you should not come to school. In other way, you should not come in contact with the person who are having such problems. If the water of a common source, that is from where the water you are getting, the water that is coming into your taps. So the place where this water has been collected and it is passed on to different houses, then if this particular water is getting contaminated by any of the germs of disease such as cholera or any other disease, so what will happen? Then the water which is present and it has been sent to different homes, the water gets contaminated with that disease. So in the same way, one or any other person or the whole society, if they are consuming such water, then they may also suffer with the same disease. So just take an example. If I put a drop of ink in a mug of water, what will happen? The completely water that is present in a mug is going to get colored. But if I do the same thing, if I take that mug and pour that water in a bucket filled, so what is going to happen? The water that is present in the mug is going to make color to that water that is present in the bucket. What is the conclusion for that? That means the water is not of any use and it is just a waste. In the same way, if a water is going to get contaminated with any of the germs and if it has been consumed by whole society, then automatically everyone is going to suffer with the same germs. So if at some places mosquitoes breed in large numbers because of stagnant water, sometimes mosquito breeds. And then what will happen? Then many people who are coming in contact with that particular water, or what will happen? The mosquitoes spread malaria. So it is going to spread in the surrounding. And with this spreadness, what will happen? The people who are living in that surrounding may also suffer with the same disease, malaria. Now, what is epidemic? We have studied in the previous slide that we are going to understand what is the meaning of epidemic. So what happens when you are living in a society? Suppose if there are 50 people in a society, and out of 50, if 45 or more than that are affected with the same disease, then it is a spread of epidemic. That means it has been passed on from one person to another person, and completely the society is suffering with the same disease. That means it is a epidemic. Now we can take an example of COVID also. We can say that maybe this is a pandemic, but it is related to epidemic. Why? Because most of them are suffering with the same, and hopefully we get rid of it very soon. So we have even studied about different mediums through which this infectious disease spread, that is air, water, food and insects. So we should ensure, we should take care, and we should take initiative that the germs that are going to spread through food, water or air, so we should not let these germs to spread in these things. Means these should not be the mediums through which the germs can spread easily. So what care we should take? We should see that the food is kept covered, water is clean and it is used for drinking purpose, and the air should not get contaminated with any of the germs. So to prevent breeding of the insects, what will happen that spread disease? It is possible to prevent the disease. So we should, as a citizen, we should take care. If we are living in a society, it is our duty to take care of our health and safety, not only our own but also who are living in our surrounding. So for this, what is important? It is very important to see that cleanliness, hygiene is maintained in the society. And this habit should be formed first from yourself, and then it should be passed. That means awareness should be created in everybody who are living in your surrounding. Now, my dear children, in the previous slide, we have seen that what is conjunctivitis and how infectious it is, that it is passing on from one person to another person. Now, here is one question in your textbook on page number 124. Can you tell? And the question is, why should you not go to school if you are having conjunctivitis? So what is the reason why you should avoid going to school? First of all, it is a disease of eye and it is very infectious and contagious. Contagious means the same thing, that is infectious. It is communicable, passing on from one person to another person. So the eye starts watering first of all, and slowly and gradually it becomes red. And what happens then? This can spread to another person easily, just by touching also, or just by seeing also. If you have scratch, because you may feel itchiness when you have this particular disease in your eyes, and when you rub your eyes with your hands, and if you keep it at certain place, the person who had keep, the person who may be in your surrounding or your friend who may be there, if that person keeps a hand on yours or at that place, the person may suffer with the same disease. So we need to be very careful when we are coming in contact with such person. And even if you are having such disease, you need to be very careful that you are not spreading to anybody else, because what problem you are suffering, you should not give it to the others. So what is the best solution for that? If you are having such disease, you should not come in contact with the other person and avoid going to school, so that it is not spread from one to another. Moving on to the next point is prevention of infectious disease. That is, what possible solutions we can take that the disease should not spread in the community. So, to prevent disease from spreading through water, what is done? It has been purified before it is let into the houses. So, this purification process takes place at waterworks. If you remember, we have studied this in chapter number 16, water, that how water is being purified and then it is sent to the houses. So in smaller town and villages, what they do, they add bleaching powder to the water when it is sent to the community. That means when it is sent to different houses. So these sources of water are being cleaned by adding bleaching powder, and if we add this, then what happens? The germs that are present in the water get killed and the water becomes safe for drinking. And what happens when you are suffering, or when a person is suffering with stomach ache, diarrhea or jaundice? we are advised by doctors to drink water, more amount of water, but it should be consumed after boiling. Why? Because boiling kills the germs. If you might have heard that in rainy season doctors suggest to drink water and that water should be boiled. Why? Because most of the times in the rainy season you see that water is in different color. So what happens? Water is not having color, it is colorless, but still in the rainy season, as it is coming in contact with the mud and all that through the pipes, the water comes sometimes pale in color. And what happens? What is suggested? To drink the water that has been boiled, so that boiling kills the germs that are present in the water and it is safe for drinking. Now, one possible solution we have seen for water. Now, what is the next step? How other mediums can be solved through which the diseases are spreading? So, to prevent mosquitoes to get breed at one place, that means they are breeding in water. So, what we should do? We should avoid stagnant water in our surrounding. If we see that, we should immediately try to clean that so that mosquitoes are not getting collected, and if they are going to get collected, then definitely malaria is going to spread in the areas. So what we should do, if it is not possible, then we should spray pesticides or insecticides to kill them. So what will happen? The disease that spreads malaria, that means the mosquitoes that are spreading malaria, will be killed, and we are going to be prevented, we are going to be safe. Now you can see nowadays also, you can see that many mosquitoes are breeding nowadays also. So what is a possible solution? We should take care to see that these mosquitoes should not breed in our surrounding. And people who are having serious infectious diseases such as swine flu, tuberculosis, or you can see the example of COVID. You might have heard on news channels also that who are suffering with these, or you might have seen direct live examples also. So what, they have been quarantined, so that, why they have been quarantined? So that whatever problem they are having, it should not pass on to the another person. So what is the possible solution? They have told us either to be quarantined, or we should, when we are moving out from our house, or if we are coming in contact with other person, we should cover our nose and mouth, so that the germ should not go inside our body through the nose or through the mouth. As well as we should wash our hands whenever we are going out. We should come at home and wash our hands, feet and face properly with soap. Sanitization is also important. So precautions should be taken. If you undertake these precautions, then definitely you have been protected with the germs. So in the hospital, you might have seen that they are having separate wards. So why? So that the disease should not pass on from one person to another. To the person who is suffering from any of the infectious diseases, what precautions should be taken? That the clothes and utensils of such person who is suffering with this should be washed with germicides, and their vessels and clothes for the some time being should be kept aside. And the spittle of a person, spittle means that a spit of a person who has tuberculosis is collected in a vessel and is covered with the germicide like phenyl. So means what? That it should, whatever germs are present in a particular person's body, it should not spread through air. So what it is done? The spittle has been collected in a container and it has been cleaned with the phenyl or germicide. So such precautions help to prevent from the disease, and preventing to spread to others means, it is, if we take such precautions, that means it is not going to spread in the community. It is very important to understand the difficulty and need to be aware whenever we are stepping out from our home. We should look after our health, our safety first. So if you find any person having such things, you need to be very careful and take care of your health. This doesn't mean that the person is going to suffer throughout the life. It is for a particular time period. When the person gets proper medication, then person becomes properly safe and healthy and comes out from that disease. The disease, the germs that are present in person's body are being killed by proper medication. So it is just for the time being. If proper precautions are taken, then you can come out with the problem. And then you can lead with a normal life. We have seen that how we can cover the food and keep ourselves safe. In the same way, we have seen that how you can prevent yourself through the water. That means the disease spreading through water and even insects. Now moving on to the next is to prevent the spread of disease through air. So what are the possible ways? One should cover the mouth when you are sneezing or coughing. That means when you are having cold or cough, and avoid spitting in the open. You might have seen many people in your surrounding that they are spitting whenever they are outside. Maybe through, if you have seen that auto driver spitting out of the auto, or some are spitting out of the window, or while walking also some are spitting. So it is a very wrong habit. One should avoid doing so. So if it is necessary, what one should do when you're coming in contact with such a patient, one should wear a mask and cover nose and mouth so that the germ should not enter to the body. So if someone is sick in the family, so what precaution to be taken? If someone is sick in the family and suffering with any of the infectious diseases, then government health departments, that is hospitals, are there who can help you, who can guide you in a proper way. They should be informed and properly necessary steps should be taken to prevent the spread of such diseases. So it is for our safety, it is for our health purpose that we should take care that whoever is suffering with any of the infectious disease should be guided in a proper way. Proper medication can help them to get rid of these disease, and it would also not spread in the surrounding. We should not avoid such patients as it is infectious disease, but we should be careful when we are coming in contact with such person. We should not neglect them as they are also the part of society, and even they are having a right to live. So we should not neglect them, rather than we should help them to come out from the problem. So my dear children, in this part of the video, we have seen that how an epidemic of disease is spreading and what all prevention we can take to prevent to spread these infectious diseases. Means we should take precautions so that the community should not suffer with the infectious diseases. So here we end up with our video. Thank you for watching the video. Take care. Bye-bye. We'll continue the next part of the chapter in the next video.